Experience a new adventure in this thrilling sequel as Simone and his friends must return back to the interdimensional realms of consciousness. Simone, Zayak, and their party are now in search of gravity's lost weights in hopes of restoring the balance within the cosmos. In this fantasy realm, imagination and thought come to life to form exciting magic and weapons to aid in their quest. This tale has brand new characters and recurring ones that will be sure to delight any reader. This story will astound you with the arrival of an unexpected villain. Does the group have what it takes to retrieve the weights and rescue the multiverse? Discover what will happen. Open the book and read today. Below Gravity 2, The Journey Within, by D.L. Fawn and S.T. Skokel. Chapter 1. Mystery on the Deck. Wham! Echoed the sound of metal against old wooden boards. A 1 foot by 1 foot large black iron ball had appeared. It flew out of the air with a metal chain sailing behind. The shackle set had just slammed onto the flooring of a giant ship. The iron ball began to roll across the planks as ocean waves swayed the ship left and right. A very skinny middle-aged man with pale thinned hair had been surveying the upper deck. He resembled a pirate as he walked up to another crooked-looking man who peered over the rim of the boat. "Looks like nothing here. I thought I heard a bang or fire or something." "You see anything?" the skinny one asked. "Huh. Yeah, I heard something. Thought someone fired on us, but I don't see any enemies. What do you think it was?" The older guy with graying hair, a beard, and blue bandana on his head replied. "Better keep looking, Gus." "You bet we be keep lookin'," Gus, the slim man with thin hair, replied. He gazed up at the robin egg blue skies. He enjoyed the puffy whites that floated overhead. He sighed and breathed in that salty ocean air. Suddenly, the black iron ball, chain, and shackle changed direction with the tilt of the ship. The set began avalanching towards Gus like a boulder rolling down the side of a mountain. Gus let out a loud whelp as he witnessed his impending doom. Within a fraction of a second, he noticed the words "weak force" imprinted in white on the side of the rolling iron. "Gus! Now what be wrong?" John, the oldest, questioned as he turned to face Gus. "Oh my, Gus!" He quickly ran to the edge as Gus toppled over the side of the ship. "Ah!" Gus screamed until nothing but a splash was heard. The iron ball eerily rolled next to the ship's rail. It reminded the pirate of a cannonball with a strange chain and cuff attached to it. Quickly John dashed to a bell and sounded the alarm, yelling, man overboard, all hands on deck." Meanwhile, inside the captain's quarters, another pirate, who was known as Isaac, was reporting to Zephyr. "Captain Zephyr, sir. You should have seen the place, mate. It was amazing." Isaac recited his previous adventure in a mysterious realm. "Thoughts become reality. You could have all the gemstones you ever wanted." His tone reminded Zephyr of a salesman on an infomercial. Could this be for real? Zephyr rubbed his chin. Zephyr, the captain of the fleet, displayed a complex mix of emotions on his pastel face. His hair was medium length with bangs that lingered just above his eyebrows. The sides of his black hair were tied into 2 small strings that outlined his face. He was clean-shaved with a handsome look. His clothing shouted out to the 15th century pirate. His captain's V-shaped hat sported huge cascading bows and ribbon. The main colors of his outfit were blue, black, gray, and golden trim. Zephyr shook his head as he spoke. "You said gemstones? Beyond my wildest dreams, correct?" Just then Zephyr paused. A bell ringing and the foot patter of men on the hull of the deck became a distraction. "Right then, I should take a look for you, sir." Isaac saluted and then went to see what the commotion was all about. As he approached the deck, the ball and chain rolled up to his foot, stopping in its place. Puzzled by the sight, he glanced down. Feeling the tap, he witnessed the ball and chain. "Blimey, now what is the commotion about? You there?" Isaac slaps the nearest guy's arm. "Take this iron ball to the cannon ball chamber where it belongs." As instructed, an ugly pirate bent down and used his large arms to scoop up the nuisance of a ball. "Aye, aye, sir." The pirate groaned and struggled off towards the hull of the ship. "And you there, John?" Isaac strutted up to the edge of the ship and stared over, seeing Gus in distress. "How did Gus end up going overboard?" John tried to catch his breath as he made a quick salute. "I don't know, sir. One moment we heard a wham, then we talked about it, sir. Then I looked away. The next thing I heard was Gus's yaff as he was falling overboard." Zephyr finally strolled next to Isaac. Studying the second in command, Zephyr noticed Isaac's lavish royal blue buccaneer coat, suit, and hat. Zephyr had always admired Isaac's style of silver jewelry that he wore on his fingers, belt, and ears. Another feature he admired was Isaac's long black hair. "Sounds suspicious," Isaac commanded. "I want you and a few others to survey around the ship and see if we have invaders on board. Come on now, mates, bring Gus aboard." While 8 hands toiled to retrieve Gus from the murky waters below, Zephyr shook his head. "Tragic, I don't see any vessels, and I never received a notification of any ships surrounding our trajectory." Zephyr paused and pulled out what appeared to be a flat, smart device similar to a cell phone. He used his thumb to swipe at the screen and bobbed his head again. "Nope, nothing," he muttered. At the moment, men had just reeled in their comrade with a long rope. Isaac marched up to Gus, jerking him to the side. "What happened, mate? Did someone do this to you?" Gus appeared frantic, cold, and shivering, but he shouted, "No! We just heard a mysterious thump. Then that clumsy cannonball with a chain on it rolled into me, knocking me off me balance. Nothing else. Strange, methinks, though." His eyes narrowed as he rubbed his own arms. He felt like he had swam through water as freezing as snow. "You wanker, I can't believe you let a little iron ball topple you over. You're lucky John was there." Isaac swayed his head in disbelief as he returned to Zephyr. "Now take a look at this, mate," he said as he raised the aqua aura wolf dragon pendant to Zephyr's eyes. "This here will lead us to the other world. All we have to do is command it to do so." Zephyr's midnight blue eyes locked on to the necklace. "That's beautiful." Zephyr reached for the treasure. "So it can lock us onto this dimension you speak of, and its coordinates? Sounds good if it really has as many gemstones as you claim this magical place has. I'll take this to the cockpit where all of our interdimensional and time travel equipment is located." Isaac reluctantly took off the necklace and handed it off to Zephyr. Now, you'll need me to show you how it works, mate." Zephyr handled the mysterious silver jewelry and felt its cool-to-the-touch metal. "And by the way, I'm just borrowing it for now." Isaac seemed undecided about giving the necklace up. "Borrowing it from whom?" Zephyr felt boggled. "Oh, a good friend I made in the other world. It's quite strange, you see. He's a man that transforms into a rowboat." Zephyr wasn't exactly sure he believed Isaac, since Isaac was a known fibber. Zephyr grinned as he figured he'd hang on to the treasure as insurance. If the plan fell through, at least I could keep the necklace, he thought. This trip better be worth tons of precious gems. Zephyr cleared his throat. "So this realm you speak of seems as bizarre as something only I'd experience in a dream," Zephyr commented as his eyes widened. "I'd be gutted if I see him and can't keep me honor." Isaac peeped about the rowboat man. Zephyr pocketed the necklace as another person approached. Isaac paused and turned. The person had a light-hearted laugh that only Isaac knew too well. "Hello, Isaac. Little Cotton wants to know when Daddy's ready to take a break and spend time with his family." A huge smile grew over Isaac's face. "Berlin, me love! Oh, how I missed you, darling!" He strolled over and gave Berlin a big hug, sweeping up Berlin in his embrace. Berlin felt a little crushed in Isaac's arms. Berlin had short, strawberry red hair and bright purple eyes. Berlin wore blue beads for earrings, a gray long-sleeved shirt with colorful dots on the sleeves, and a black furry collar. Berlin also wore auburn-colored slacks and dark brown clunky boots. "Darling, if the captain doesn't mind," Isaac glances over at Zephyr, "I would love to spend the rest of the evening with you two. Captain, would you care?" Zephyr blinked as he watched the embrace, and then smiled. "Go ahead, Isaac. I'll direct our crew to transport us to the new realm." "Thank you, Captain." Isaac saluted Zephyr. "I'll show you how it works in the morning, if you don't mind. It is getting late." Meanwhile, a small white creature with only 2 legs, a peachy pink-colored long tail, and a hamster face waddled up. This creature was about the size of a house cat, with a red tuft on its head. It had a red fluff on its tail tip, complemented with a white puff. Its underbelly was a muddy purple. "Daddy!" the creature shouted. "Ah, my little Cotton! You ready to spend time with Daddy?" Isaac picked Cotton up and cradled it in his arm. "Good night, Zephyr. See you tomorrow." Isaac adored Cotton. It was a species of a critter he discovered a while back on one of his previous adventures. Isaac and Berlin had adopted the and cared for it since. Berlin watched Isaac play father in delight. "Aw, look, Isaac, I told you our little Cotton missed you." Zephyr waved good night, you two. Zephyr had strolled out of the scene as it faded. The ship floated over the ocean currents. Night swept over the fleet, and morning appeared hours afterward. By dawn, the entire ship and its crew had blinked out of existence.